do you want to do the Jax? Do you want to do you want to do stuff with him? That I'm really modeling this. Do you want to animate in whatever Jax? Then you've come to the right place. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Let's get out of this model since, yeah. Also, this is highly modified. I'm doing an get out. I'm doing this one. Yeah. So I've seen a lot of tutorials on this Jax guy thing, you know, over the past few years. And I also recently saw one for this guy. I'll leave a link in the description because his tutorial I think is probably better than mine, but I might as well just put this here since, yeah, I'm going to show a little bit more, but whatever. So I don't actually know how to use Lucas's model. I'll also leave a link for this thing in the description. You know, I didn't know, and now I do. So I can properly showcase this since this is the superior freaking thing that I've also been wanting to use for a while, but just didn't really know how to. So there's one reason why I didn't know how to. Let me show you. Over here, you see this? You see this thing? Don't ignore this. Apparently, there's a script that's not already on, so you gotta press that. It'll open a new menu, and now you are basically prepared, because before you can, like, you know, change outfits or, you know, change IK or FK, you know, you couldn't, blah 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 blah. So yeah, please just whenever you open this thing, play the script, because it is very useful. Yeah, I want to close this because I do not care for it. Goodbye. Please and thank you. Okay, yeah, so welcome back to another tutorial, I guess. So this isn't gonna be like a normal tutorial video. This one is just solely gonna be focused on animation and posing Jax. I mean, the other ones are too, but like I did have a full animation for this guy, and now I'm not really gonna do that anymore. I am gonna animate him still for the video, but I you know, and show how to render and stuff, but it's not completely the way it usually is, like I usually like to do it. So yeah, I don't know, cry about it. I'm sorry, that was rude. Okay, so before I show anything on how to do stuff with this guy, please move him to the side for a second here. I'm gonna show you how to do things so you know how shit works in this goofy place. So Shift A, add a cube. There we go. I'm gonna show you a few things here. Since yes, so if you want to move, because why the wouldn't you? Then you have things over here. Now, how do you want to move him? How do you move him? How do you rotate him? How do you size him? Well, we have a few menus over here. So we got the moving thing, which basically just, well, move it. Just press the axes or move this thing. Easy. We also have this thing, so you can just rotate it. And we have this same thing over here, scale, blah, 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 you know. And you also have this thing, which just shows all of them pretty much. Yeah, pretty simple. I would recommend, though, instead of using these, like, you can just completely ignore these, is the keybinds, which is G to move, R to rotate, and S to resize. And you can also press X, Y, or Z to move it along a certain axis. Also, that yes, this changes with local. If I just do that, then you can see the axis is changed differently. So, you know, let me just like do that. Whoa. Whoa. So, yeah, you know, pretty simple, but pretty cool. And of course, we do have some menus over here. The only thing I would really recommend changing is changing this to local. Now, if you really just wanted to go a certain direction, it's really easiest to choose local. I always do that. If you ever like have it madly rotated but you need to move it in a certain way, then you can just change it back like that, you know. And I would recommend choosing this to individual origins, since it's the thing that's most used. Now, what does that do? Well, just duplicate these. That could be Shift D, by the way, or it can be Alt D. Alright, just different ways of duplicating stuff. Okay, so individual origins, it's in the name, it, you know, changes them individually. And that's just how all of these things go, you know. If it's bounding box, then it just moves all of them as a collective, along with that just moves it along one thing. I don't really know what this does. It's literally just bounding box, pretty much. I don't really know. And 3D cursor is pretty self-explanatory, so yeah. And if you want to, you know, do multiple things to an object, yeah, then you can select all of them, right? And you'll see, oh, it only rotates one. You can do Alt, and then, yeah, just hold Alt, and then do that, you know. Oh, that just, yeah, that works for any one of these, because if you do it without it, you'll, of course, not do it at all, so, and of course, if you want to delete something, well, click it, right-click, and either press X, or just press the delete. So, there you go. Now, while we're in here, we have a few things up here, so not sure if I sound different, but my mic died, so god. Now, we have a few things up here that I'd like to just establish. So, we have this thing, which basically just, you know, shows the axes, you know, so, either it does or doesn't, you know, doesn't really do much, really. Over here, we have, well, this. This basically just hides everything with, you know, just the extras that won't be seen in, like, render, so you can just see things alone, which is pretty nice. And then we have a few buttons over here, you know, which is just like, this is the wireframe for everything. This is just everything without textures. This is, well, everything with, like, semi-lighting, and it just looks cool, I guess. And then we have render, which I will touch more on later. And, yeah. I would recommend that while in here, I have to undo everything because my mic died. I'll recommend, like, just because it's cool, I guess, you can come over here and just turn on Cavi and turn this to both. You can really just mess with it for a while if you want to, since you just get the way you want it to look. I just think this looks cool. And I usually like to do textures so I can, like, see everything. I think it also just makes everything look cool and nicer. Though with Jax here, that doesn't really work as well with his eyes. So you're gonna have to do that probably. You know, so you can actually see what's going on. So now, let's set up some. Alright. Eevee here, we can ignore the render. Alright. At least I'll touch more on it later, alright? I'll explain it at the end. But going downwards, simplify, please turn that on. Please turn that on, for the love of God. Okay, whenever you're inside of here, okay, moving things will be very laggy without simplify because it's a lot of faces, alright? Simplify, just turn that to 0 or 1, alright? Doesn't really matter which. If you're wondering what this does, it just, like, minimizes the amount of faces in the viewport. It doesn't actually do anything to the render, it just, like, makes it easier for you to animate. If you don't turn this on, it's basically just a ticket to hell, I guess. And down here we have motion blur. Wow, I said that quietly. Now, you can or cannot have motion blur, it just depends on what you want to do. I usually like to turn it on and put this at 0.37. 0.37 usually gets me the best results when it comes to rendering, so yeah. And with that, let's move on to output. I usually like to turn resolution to square 2000. It says hell yeah. And just so you know, anything above that makes the thing render for like tremendously longer, because usually you have one tile, but if you do this, there's going to be like 4 separate tiles, which will just like multiply the amount of time you have to animate by 4 usually. So and down here is the frame rate. This is just frames per second, obviously. You know, I would just keep this at 24. You can put it at 20 if you want to using custom, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. Just do 24, I guess. And please, for the love of God, don't do 60. I've had a few people that I know do 60 for some reason, just as with a computer. Like I mean, like, come on, bro, just don't use it. Just use 24. It's good enough. If you really want something that smooth, though, and then you can do 60 if you want. And down here, this is just you know, whenever you render something, images will spew outwards. I would recommend changing PNG to JPEG, 100 quality. Now this really just like, if your background is transparent, which I wouldn't really recommend, then it won't work on JPEG, only on PNG. This just saves a lot of space, so I would recommend using it. And up here, just change this to a place where you want to export all your images. So let me just do Jax version 2. Let me, add a frames folder. How do I add frames? Wow. And I can go in here and just accept. And now every frame that I may render in the future will just go into there. Alrighty, and that is it, really. I'll touch more on rendering things later, but for now we're just gonna keep it like that. Alright. So, how do you mess with this thing? Well, let me show you. So going straight into here, press the rig, that's the line stuff, and either you can go up here to go into pose mode, or you could do Control Tab to get directly into it fast. Again, keybinds very nice and helpful and very friendly. No, I totally didn't forget to record this part anyways. If you want to mirror one part to the other, then you can, of course, press this thing, in the end section, it's in the tool, then you move it. There's also this thing up here, so you can just, ooh, and then you can move it. Yay! Now, let's mess with stuff. Why don't we? I'm gonna turn it to this for now, since I don't really need it to be in any sort of thing, I guess. I'm gonna go to Jack's tab. I would recommend, please, don't do IK. I know it's quote unquote easier to most people, but it is not. Turn that off. Oh, no, on. Sorry. And get yourself a automatic move for it's literally the easier solution. I don't know why you... Okay. And there we go. So, we have this stuff. Okay, so, now that these are activated, finally, we have a few things here. Evil Jacks, poacher stuff. You have to hide the other things, really. And, yeah, there you go. Also, for some reason, there's a bit of a glitch that happens here with the tail, or really the body. You just gotta, like, mess with it a bit, and then it'll just eventually fix itself. So, I just don't worry about it too much. Then we have that tab, which, yeah, it just, like, it just hides and hides stuff. Let me just explain what each thing does. So, face toggles, pretty explanatory. You just, like, but, yeah, just hides or unhides things in the face. We have crazy eyes too, for whenever he's going like so you can just do that. Also, you can insert a keyframe just pressing I here if you want to. You can just do that later or whatever, And also, this, of course, makes shit glow up on his face. So, like, if he's in a dark room or something, guess you could just do that. Also, I don't know what this is. The Boolean thing to, like, match to Boolean. I'm not really sure what this changes exactly, but I guess if you want to activate it, you can. I don't know. I'd say just not to worry about it too much, really. In the face lines, we have, well, obviously, you know, hiding mouth. Oh yeah, that's not the face line. Yeah, this hides the mouth completely. This is how you sometimes just remove his mouth completely. And lip line, again, it just doesn't really appear until like you select it for some reason, but whatever. You know, same thing with the sides. Hell yeah. You know. Ooh, look at that, look at that. Whoa, emotion. And of course, we have some of Leah's fancy feathers. You know, that's a lot of lines. So, pretty useful though, pretty neat. Well, we'll touch on that later though, I guess. We have the ears. This pretty much just like, it does exactly what you'd think it does. Oh boy, that does not look that good right here. There we go. Yeah. Oh no, I'm angry. You know, let me make the other ear flat. You know, this could probably be like, whenever he's just, I don't know, whenever he gets beat up or something. I don't, like in that episode. You know, you just mess with those a little bit if you want to, but we have extra little toggles. Second eye. Oh god. Oh god, what is this? What? Oh god. Yeah, we have head. You can just like hide the mouth. There we go. You know, and it's bones too, probably. You know, we got this stuff. I will touch on this later. Alright, but for now, just wonder what you're gonna do with these, I guess. Alrighty, well, that's all we've got for what everything does. Now we can actually start doing the tutorial so you guys can do stuff. So I'm not gonna explain too much about how the rig works. Just mess with it a little bit. I guess if I were to mention things that are important, this moves, you know, the elbow. This is useful for whenever you're closing the arm a little bit, the hand a little bit, you know. Let's see here. Okay, and the balls down here are the same, you know. You can just ignore these right here. And then this basically just like, okay, open mouth. Oh boy, cool. Mouth stuff. And this thing just moves the teeth, you know. So, oh yeah, I also forgot to say that the teeth bones down here, these actually move these. So, if you want to do that, then you can. Squishy movie thingy. Alrighty, now we're done. Let's actually do some things.
Oh boy.
Okay. So, we're gonna be doing. Let me insert my image. So, let's do this. So I just thought I should start with positioning. You know, just helping with this. I don't know. Just it seemed cool. Okay, we'll rotate him. Okay, so let's try to do this shirt or whatever the hell. So how would you come about doing this? That is the question. Well, I don't know, just position it. I want to just position it, and I hope that it helps, I guess. So he always has this kind of weird stance that he's doing, so I'm gonna so I'm gonna move this thing like that. Actually, wait, let's do this by camera. That's a good idea. So you don't want to shift A and type in camera and type just enter. Oh boy, camera. Now, follow my moves. Plus over here, drag, space, T and N. Those are keybinds. Go over here. That thing. 0. And now I'm gonna go over here. Do that. Hell yes. Oh boy. Mickey Mouse. clubhouse. Come inside and die inside or something. Mickey Mouse clubhouse. Then, over here, just like this, we're gonna do Control Alt 0. So I actually explained this, but it's Control Alt, not this 0, but this 0. So yeah, you have to just hold on. So Control Alt. I don't have a second hand right now, so I can't really do it. But 0 right here, not right there. Yay! And we can just move this if we want to, like that. There you go. You've officially set up your camera. Isn't that cool? I think it was cool. So let's do this. So I guess move it relative to the thing. So I guess I don't know why does his feet look like that? So I guess his foot's doing some thing. I kind of need to lean him down like that, maybe. Do a little bit of the good old curve. I'm gonna do that and that, since he's very like bent outwards for some reason. Usually he's just cool like that. Who needs functioning hips, am I right? Okay, I'm gonna kind of like move his head like that and his neck like here. Like that, I guess, maybe. Then I can do something like that. I can just multi-select, does it get it all? And just do that. Yeah, that looks good, I guess. Ears aren't really bent in the thing, but I find it more satisfying to bend ear, not Bender from that one show, Futurama, but bend ear. Yes. I just think it looks more satisfying to try to bend ear a little. Okay, I want to like maybe try to make this a little less bendy because it's kind of creeping me out a little. What the fuck? Okay, now I'm going to move his arms. If you want to, x-axis mirror, then you can press this or that. Very useful. He probably doesn't need his tail for this one, so I'm gonna say goodbye to that beautiful tail. Okay, so he's bended a bit weird, so I guess I'm just gonna... This looks so goofy, bro. Okay, now we're gonna do his beautiful face, his lovely little thing. Now instead of doing, editing it right here, I'm actually gonna edit it over here on this flat space, since I can just like look at this and go along the camera angle. So I mean, that's just how I'm gonna do it. You can do it differently if you want to, but so let's see here. Big, nice and smiley boy. This takes a lot of adjusting, by the way. Like, I mean, a lot of adjusting, a lot of moving of things. Since, okay, I don't think this was built for that much, adjustment. Apparently, maybe, I don't know. I'm learning as much as you are right now, probably, if you're a learner right now. This is chaotic. What the fuck? Okay, this right here is probably good enough. I don't know. I'm going to remove the lip bones and turn on the eye bones, so I can start doing a little bit more goofies here. Okay, so I guess I don't know. Let's adjust it, I guess. You know, I mean, I don't really know how to explain how to just make it, bro. Yeah, just make it. Just make it, make it, make it, make it. Gotta make. Okay, now we're gonna get the funny, oofly, goofly pupils, which should be easy enough. I'll just do that. So, of course, let me just move this up by quite a bit. Okay, okay, and yeah, I mean, I'd say this is as good as it's gonna get. Really, I don't know what the hell's happening over here, and whatever that, I don't know, man. But I do have this. The model's a little funky, but fine, I guess. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say, but I'd say this is pretty fine. If you do want to do something with the face, you know, like a laugh, you know, then let me keyframe all of this and move that to the side. If you want to do an oofily little goofly sort of thing, I guess, here's what you can do. So hide all of these and hide the mouth. Okay, I have no mouth on my screen. Now we're gonna do the eyes, and we're gonna do the head and the tongue, I guess. This has its own move thing. You can just, I'm just gonna move this in the same spot. Now, this thing is weird. You'd think that you can move it somehow to make it like open, and you can, but not for the rig. Not for the rig. You have to get out of pose mode, select the head that appears, and come right over here to data, and then you have keyframes, key shapes, shape keys, whatever, and you can ooh boy, look at that face. Yeah, so it kind of just like morphs like this, you know, which is yeah, so you're pretty limited on the faces you can get because there's only one. If you do want to, you know, add more though somehow, then you can just like add another frame, go into edit, that's just tab, and you can just like click this thing, you know, and then you could just, I don't know, move it however you would like. Move it like this. Yeah. And then you have that as its own thingy. So if you want to make your own sort of face, I guess, or mix them, then you can do that if you want to. I'm not gonna do it for this tutorial because I don't feel like it. But you can do that. It's there. Okay, so open the pop eyes. Yeah, pop eye. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so the teeth. Yeah, you also can't do anything with that. And there's also the tongue, I guess. Let's move the eyes. So the green part's the main thing you want to select here. So Let's move it upwards. Press the X again. Ah, there we go. He looks so cursed. Oh my god. So you can either leave it like a ball for some reason, like rotate it, I guess, or you could just like make it flat. I'm gonna do flat personally. I'm gonna do flat. I me likey it flat. So I guess this is kind of like a laugh looking face, I guess. So I'm gonna try to move with that sort of thing in mind. So like, let's see here. Let me make these bigger. And now let me just do that. I guess now the pupils are very weird. So you're just gonna have to mess with it for a little while. It's that shape, I guess. Yep. You can rotate it to change it a little bit. It's very wonky. You can make a 3D shape in his face, in his eye. Yeah, it is very wonky, and you can't really make it too big, or else it'll go on the eye. Actually, oh no, it won't. Whenever it's fully unsimplified. Nope, never mind. Yeah, so it's safe to just not do that too much. I'll probably just do that though. I mean like that's probably good enough. Oh god. Oh, if you were wondering, Crazy Eye does work on here. I might just do this because I think it's funny. Just he's so evil. He's not even that bad, bro. Trust. The fucking hate on Jack subreddit. No, trust. He's my boy. He's a good boy. I think. I hope. I don't know actually. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. I guess I could probably try to make his head rotate more, like, I don't know. It's probably fine. It's probably fine like that. And I changed it anyways, and I'm glad I did because that looks a lot nicer. Okay, so now we can probably try messing with the tongue a little bit. I guess if we want to, yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah, we need inspirational. Yeah. Yeah. The tongue isn't. It's not very much. I mean, just bend it, bend it. There you go. You're pretty much done. I mean, maybe I could do a little better with the thing, you know. But I mean, this thing's pretty much good how it is already. You know, just rotate it a little bit. I guess if you really want to, you can just, I don't know, make it a wonky tongue, like whenever he's getting choked out by Pomni and his secret is finally getting blessed to him. But that looks really weird, so I'm not gonna do that. In fact, he just looks weird with the tongue in general. Can we all just agree he looks weird with the tongue? Yeah, that's probably the best I can do with the tongue, if I'm being honest. But hey, look, that looks not that bad actually. You know? And if I want to, I can just insert a keyframe for hide mouth. Go down here, the enable head, the tongue, and scary eyes. And then I can go over here and turn all of these off. Crazy eyes, do that. Boom, look at that. Switches automatically. That's pretty slick, right? Okay, so we have these two little funny things. Me likey, I'm gonna take E. I'm just gonna take all of this over here. I do genuinely want to render these now, so I'm gonna do that. Now, I will show how to animate, but that is after I show how to render. Alright? I'm gonna show how to render, and then I'm gonna show you how to animate, since, I don't know, I really want to render these right now. I'm desperate. So, I love how this thing turned out. I hope you love how your thing turned out, because you're about to get into the rendering state. So let's go. So, this really depends on your patience and, you know, your computer's will to live. Mine has a pretty good will to live if it has a fan. We have renders. Okay, I always do cycles. Okay, but you can do Eevee if your computer's weaker. Let me just explain a little bit of blah 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 real quickly. So, Eevee has it doesn't really have realistic lighting, and everything looks like reflections isn't a thing that exists, and glass you can't actually see through, and it's just like everything that you could render with Eevee is or I mean basically it's just like everything you can render in cycles is in Eevee, basically. But it's super fast to render with, I guess, and your computer doesn't die, so I guess that's a good thing. But I wouldn't say it's worth doing Eevee ever, unless you really want to like search up a tutorial on how to do really very realistic lighting when it comes to Eevee, which is possible, but it's just so much harder and not worth it, because then it ends up taking as much time as Cycles does, so it's just, yeah. In Cycles, there's realistic lighting, and it just think of real life. Okay, you're done. That's Cycles. Really just depends on how you set up your scene, really. Now, I do recommend having a fan. I have like a fan that's under my computer. You know, it's like one of those thing that's built for a computer to be on, so my computer stays alive. It's always plugged into. I have a little fan that points towards it whenever I'm rendering, in case if like the computer's really old, you know, then I use that, and that happens sometimes. I have to switch occasionally. Now let's adjust our settings for Cycles. You don't really have to change anything for Eevee. It's basically it's already done. So, but in Cycles, there's some settings you need to do here. So first of all, this viewport thing you can just ignore. Right here though, the samples and the time limit thing, you definitely have to change. This thing does not have to be 4,000. No, 200 is like the most you ever have to do for any animation almost. You know, barely gonna be any noise if it reaches all the way to 200. So, and time limit, this really just depends on how many frames a second, I mean, how many samples are rendered during a frame for you. You know, for me, I render like around 100 samples, you know, and that's with a lot of noise. So if your thing doesn't have that much noise, like this thing here would barely anything, no like realistic textures, no extreme amount of models, it's barely anything. This is probably fine to be at 60 seconds for me. You know, if you have a big scene, then you might want 2 minutes, but I only need 1 minute. Oh, not 1 second, 1 minute for this one. So yeah. Okay, and the other thing you do is nothing. That's all. This right here, you can do, you know, CPU. I'm sorry, you can do GPU if you want to, but I don't have a GPU. So I have to do a CPU. GPU, I don't really know what the difference is, but I guess it saves time because it sometimes renders things faster. It's like a better processing port, so I guess, yeah, use GPU if you have one. But I have a laptop, so that's not happening. Okay. And now, with that out of the way, well, let me look at this. Oh my goodness. Okay, you can also change things with your world. I'm just gonna remove that, I guess. Actually, color. I don't know. I'm just. Okay, yeah, this'll help. If you really want an amazing digital circus looking color here to make things look fancy pantsy, then you can probably just do like just go on color, you know, and whenever it's like here, instead of doing just white, it looks plain. So like turn it to like a pinkish if possible. And don't make it too strong, but make it strong enough to where it's, I mean, it's more vibrant. You know, you can actually see the so there you go. There's that. So looks nicer. Alrighty, and I guess since my background's already transparent, I can probably just change this JPEG to a PNG and turn it to an RGBA. So it just looks, just, yeah. And there you go. You don't really need anything else. You just gotta get to rendering, I guess. Yeehaw. Yeehaw. Let me render this. Oh yeah, also if you I would recommend doing what I'm about to say here. Composition nodes. Ooh, upper tabs. Um goddamn, sorry, that thing. Pull up a thingy here, go to the scene, press 0, do the normal thing, and press the render button, that thing right there. Okay, cool. Now, you see this? You press new here. Now. What does this do? What does this do? What are you talking about? Crazy? Why are you bringing me to this weird dark alleyway right here? Well, you see, little one, there's some special things you can do here. You see this toon image? Put that in for me. Oh my god. It did nothing. Yeah, I forgot. You gotta press the arrow here and press always. Okay, now move things. Oh my god, it's editing yeah, so this is how you can edit how things look in your animation, which is pretty cool. Also, yes, you can also keyframe these, so that's splendid. So that means I can make this even more colorful if I want to. So if you're really good with editing a photo, you know, then you can, I mean, you can do that, I guess. It doesn't really take extra time. It takes a little bit extra, but barely even, you know? And it just makes your animation look a lot more slick, really. Not much, you know? Really just makes it look nicer. You know, you can do this sort of thing if you want to as well. You know, I can do a little bit more of a pink or a red there. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that either. Okay. Split tuning is useless for this one. There's a lot of options you can do here. I'd recommend just like doing this and just looking at the things down here. My most favorite things to do is bloom, of course, which I don't. Oh, I guess it kind of works in this one. Might as well. I like fog glow. This one is used a lot. This one can't really be used in this one because there's not really anything to glow or bloom or whatever. No glare. Alright. I also like to use this a lot. This is very good in just about any scene except for this one, I guess. I also really like, for this one especially, like pixelate. And then we can do, you know, box sharpen. In this case, we can have him be like kind of pixelated. That doesn't really work too much here since, I mean, this wasn't meant for this at all. Like, I mean, like, at all. But I mean, you can use it if you want to. There are some things where you can really use this to your advantage. I'm not going to use it in here, though, since I don't need it. But it's a cool thingy-thingo. Yeah, again, I'd recommend just checking out a bunch of these. But for this, I just really wanted to change a bit with the color here. So, hell yeah. Okay, and that's it rendered. That's cool. Yeah, well, I'm gonna show you how to animate now, I guess. Okay, so I want to teach this segment with Jax, since she's easiest for me to just, like, teach on, you know, how to animate stuff with real quickly. So, let's just, like, real quickly do that. Yeah. I'll go down here and pull out all of the extras that I want, so like the tweaks and stuff. So animation can be kind of simple if you know how things work with like motion and stuff. Like, if you're ever having trouble with animating, I usually stand in front of a mirror or something and just like do some random shit and look at how my body moves with it, or just do whatever I want him to do on like a recording or something. I am a very cartoonish person in real life, so it is very easy for me to do that shit in front of a mirror and get a good result for a character, you know. But like, point is, you need to learn how dynamics works. Like, just to like teach a little bit here, you know, I want to move this hand, okay, over here to over here. All right, now let me also teach some shit real quickly. I is how you make a keyframe. All right, I on your keyboard. You know, so if I want to move this thing up here, then we'll just do that. So yay. Okay, now, let's say I just want to move this hand like right here. Yeah, that's fine. That's good enough. But it looks like shit. I'm gonna be straight to you, okay? So, there's a few things you can do here. Either you can do one of these things. Now you can press T, okay, after selecting 2 keyframes to like do a linear, which just moves it to one space, you know, or just like a bounce, you know, something like that, or a back, or something like that. I don't really use these too much, but they are very useful, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, so I'm gonna like have this hand, you know, move over here, right? Well, we gotta remember, you know, if we're gonna move something, it's not gonna go like, okay, we're done. No, it's probably most likely, at least to have like a bit of leverage and a bit of like cool looking stuff, it's gonna have a bit of like, you know. See what I did there with my mouse? You know, so like, instead of just immediately starting, we're gonna duplicate that. We're gonna go a bit up like that. You know, let's move the hands a little bit, the hand a little bit, you know, and then I'm kind of like slow it up, you know, do a little bit of that. We bend a bit more, and let's just also duplicate that over there, since, you know. And you might overestimate by mistake, so you're gonna go a little bit back, and then a little bit more back, and back again. And you're probably gonna want to move your hand back to how it was before. So let's see here. And this is looking fine enough, but I think it could use a little bit more. So we're gonna come over here, right? And the hand's finally starting to swing a little bit, so we'll have like a little oopsies, and then a little bit backtrack right there. You know, as it finally moves back into place a little bit, you know, just like do that. Yeah, so something kind of like that, you know, could have a little bit more maybe, so like, just a little bit more of that. So, you see what I'm doing here? Like, there's a bit of actual movement, you know. Along with that, I could do the fingers, but this is just like an example animation, so I might not. I'm doing it anyways. I don't care. Fuck you. This is a very lazy method to animating fingers. Okay, so another thing you can see right here is the fingers lag a little bit, you know. Yeah, the hand bounces, right? But the finger's still doing a bit of moving, you know, even after the hand is stopped. That's because, you know, think of like his ears. Whenever he's moving his head, he'll usually do, you know, he'll usually move his head this way, and his ears will kind of lag behind for at least an extra few frames before then bouncing back into place a little bit, you know. Well, that's kind of what we're trying to do right here. You know, it's a little bit of extra bounce. You know, this might not start immediately, you know. So, that's animation for you right there. Now, of course, there's a bit more that can go into animation, and I think I should redo a little bit of a tutorial someday just to like get things going. But there are some very good people online for how to internet. There are some really good people online for just like, you know, how to animate, you know, how to get a good process sound, how to make things look smooth and good, you know. There's a lot of really good tutorials out there, alright, but generally this is one of the most things you need to know, alright. There needs to be shit like this. People are always getting this shit wrong, okay, beginners and stuff, so this is one of the things you really want to keep track of. Like, look at that. Compared to it just moving to the left, this looks a lot better already. We have a backtrack, a move, and then a bounce, you know. It's a little too excessive probably, but that's fine. That's animation. This takes time, alright? That is another factor. A lot of people are like, you know, oh yeah, I'm just gonna work on this animation, get it done with, you know, and then it'll only take them like an hour to do a bunch of stuff. I'm sorry, but that's not how, because like then they'll put it through and it'll look like ass. You need to spend time on it, you know. You need to actually spend time on this stuff. You know, you can't just move something and call it good, you know. I mean, you could, but that's lazy as shit and doesn't look good at all. You need to spend time on what you're working on and really put the hours into it. I mean, just like that simple animation from earlier, you know, from yesterday, just that like simple Kinger animation or Pomni animation I have in my shorts, you know, that I made, those took like 8 hours and that's excluding the amount of hours it took to render the animation. If you're not willing to put the time into animating, you are not going to get good stuff, like, ever. I'm sorry, bro. Also, in case you don't really like that work that hard with animation, I guess you can use a little bit of something that's very useful that my friends use a bit. Not sure if it'd work here, but there's this thing called like quick magic. I don't know too much about it, but basically I think you just pull up a video and then you like do some rigging thing that's very quick or whatever to match hands, legs, head, fingers, I guess, to the actual video of like a person, I don't know, dancing or just doing a little goofy jump, maybe like Homelander jump meme. You know, like you could probably make him do that using this. I don't know too much about it, but my friends use it. They could probably tell you more if you were to like join the Discord, maybe. I'm not actually sure if they're on there. They are not on the Discord, but that's fine. You can still join it if you want to. There's a lot of useful people over there for helping and stuff. So, I mean, yeah, I just thought if you wanted to use that thing instead, you can, I guess. I know some people who use it, so it's pretty useful. Alright, so just so you guys know how to, like, you know, do a video thing after rendering, open a new file and press video editing right here. Alright, and then, you know, shift A. Actually, before you do that, go to here to format or output, or yeah, output, and change this to whatever the resolution was for your animation. Alright, along with the frames. Then you can port in your, you know, your frames for this stuff. So I guess go to here, and just select them all. You just press A to select every single one of them, and there you go. Have them right here. I'm just gonna duplicate this, I guess. So this is a quote unquote animation for the video. There we go. Okay, now that we have this thing, let's, I don't know, oh boy, now that we're here, we're going to, you can put an output if you want, but I just use TMP, so whatever. Go up here just like last time, and click render, and it'll, well, render the animation, I guess. If you really want to, you can put something in the background, another image. So let me find one. Yes, I think this fits the vibe. And now you can render. There you go. And now, if you just open your files, go to that thing, and go to that thing, oh boy, you will then see your thingy bob. So that's sick. Yep, I'm keeping this. This is mine now. If you want to add some sound, by the way, you can add like movies. You know, I guess let me just like come down here. You know, you can remove the thing right there, and then you can have the sound, and you can also just press sound right here if you just have an audio clip on you. So yeah, there's nothing else to it, really. That's it. Goodbye. Welcome to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed your time here and truly learned something helpful, like how to use jacks or how to pay taxes. That would be splendid. I don't know how you'd learn that from me talking, but you know what? If you use me as background noise as you did your taxes, then I am sure proud of you, because you need to get those done. So, thank you for watching. I have, like, a few videos that I'm probably gonna make right now, actually, like, literally after I'm done recording and edit it, you know, whatever the hell. So, like, I have, like, okay, so, I have, like, 3 videos, or I guess rigs, left that I'm gonna do for Amazing Digital Circus, and I'm never gonna do any more Amazing Digital Circus tutorials ever again. Okay, stand clear. Listen, I'm not doing any more. Alright, I'm doing the final Zooble, Gangle, and Ragatha, which I barely know how to animate, which is why or pose even, which is why I've barely even touched on them. So, don't ask for any more, please. And if you do, then, I don't know. I can't really do anything about that, I guess, but I'm not gonna make any more. I will be making animations every now and then because I think it's funny and cool, and why the hell not? Also, if you're watching this before the videos actually come out, even I think I'm gonna put them all into the same video actually, because I don't really know how to animate them or pose them or whatever the hell. I'm really bad with Ragatha for some reason. So, not only am I bad for her, but I'm bad with her. Like, so, yeah. It's all gonna be in the same video pretty much, just so you know. I'm gonna dibbity zip zap now, cause I don't think I don't need to be here anymore. Goodbye, little ones. Oh, god damn. No, this is not a part I also forgot to record. So, if you want to have like automatic faces, you know, for like smiling or whatever, then of course make a new section again. And this thing, you just have to press that and go over to and just go to asset browser over here, you know, and just click this file or current file, yeah, and then look at that, there's all of these faces. So if I just like do that, I can press these, you know, and oh my god, they'll automatically, you know, apply. You know, look at that. Do a big smile right there already. Or sad. Scared. I mean, whatever. You can use these during, like, while animating, you know, if you really want to, so it can, you know, like, that smile I'm gonna be trying to do. I could have pressed this and then just, you know, moved it a bit with the bones. So, you know, get a goofy face. So yeah, if you want to use some of these, they are useful. They're here for your use. So, yeah.